What is going on, guys? Wunzy Gaming here, and I'm going to be doing something new for the channel. Now, it's been suggested by a few friends and a few of you guys that maybe I should be adding a little more content instead of the kind of like random emissary cache openings or PTR videos and class changes and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do just that. What I'm thinking about doing, and this is just going to be the quick introduction, this is like the introductory video. But what I think I'm going to start doing is talking about some of the changes in World of Warcraft as it goes on. Maybe doing 3 of these a week and tackling different issues that I'm seeing. Now, the places I'll be drawing my sources from on this will be Wowhead and Icy Veins, those kind of things, and even the forums. Now, a lot of people have kind of said, like, dude, I would stay away from the forums because they're not official sources and it's usually people's opinions. But I feel like that's the best way to relate with you, the viewer, and because these are things that people are talking about. So basically, I'm thinking about doing a few of these a week with just various gameplay going on. Right here, I decided to do some very rare PvP gameplay. I do not do a lot of PvP, guys, so bear with me on that. I don't even have the trinket, like the trinket honor talent on my bars right now. Like, I didn't even think about it until the end, towards the end of the video. I don't even know if the commentary is going to get that far. I believe this match was about 15 minutes long. But I didn't even think about it until that point, and I was like, huh, maybe I should put my trinket on. But anyway, I'm going to do various, mythic pluses and stuff like that, even some raid content, and then have commentary over the top of it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, some things that I've seen on the forums and on the various other websites. We're going to talk about some of the legendary changes, and then some of the stuff that I think needs to change anyway. So the first one's going to be Pride As. I love the Pride As changes. I've been telling people about these for a while, about how awesome Pride As has become, and they really nailed it. They took an undertuned, poorly designed legendary, and they really fixed it in 7.1.5. Those of you guys that don't know, they've equalized all the stats, so you're getting the same amount of crit and mastery, and they added haste. So it's like even better for some classes. Now, it's still not great for my Demon Hunter. The crit versatility neck is still pretty awesome, but there is a change in the Demon Hunter stat priority that seems to be coming, guys. I'm going to get into that a little bit. This is not going to be a Demon Hunter focus video, but if that change is how people are predicting and how I think it might go down, then Pride As might actually be very, very useful for Demon Hunters in 7.1.5. So on top of adding the haste to Pride As, we are also guaranteed getting the shield. Now, this is not new news for a lot of you guys, I understand that, but one thing is new that I saw the other day. The buff is being reverted if you are in tank spec. If I read that correctly, you are no longer getting 25% of your health as an absorb shield if you are tank spec. You are now getting 15%, which is how it currently sits. I think that's perfectly fine. It'd be a little crazy of you to be able to, be on like a warrior. And if you're really good with your timing, you could have like a commanding shout go off from another warrior in your raid, and then you can pop last stand. And if you got your timing correctly, your shield would be just insane. I was almost going to say over 9,000, but that's not even a very good shield anymore. Another change that's coming is Safuza's Secret. Now, it is a buff. They definitely buffed Safuza's Secret. They're giving you more haste on the proc, and they're making the proc easier to get off. Now, this is where I still do not like Safuza's Secret's design. Because it's a proc based on things that you need to be doing anyway, silencing, stunning, and, cleansing and stuff like that, it's going to make doing those things even more competitive. And so far from what we're seeing on the forums and people posting about the statistics, Safuza's Secret is by far the most common legendary. We are seeing more Safuza's Secrets on people than any other legendary in the game. Now, that makes sense because it is wide across all of the classes. That makes perfect sense. All the specs and all the classes can use it. But we're not seeing as many Pride Ases. We're seeing a lot of Pride Ases, but we're seeing a lot more Safuza's Secrets. So what that's going to do is it's going to make competition to interrupt, competition to do all these other things even harder, and what that's going to result in is less procs. I like what they're doing with Safuza's Secret, but I still am not a huge fan of the design. As far as Havoc Demon Hunters go, we're not going to get really much into Vengeance because Vengeance is changing so much in 7.1.5, and I just don't play the spec. It seems like we are getting... Well, it's not seems. We are definitely getting a buff to mastery. Those of you guys that don't know, the chaos damage on our mastery is scaling higher now. Now, the run speed is staying the same. That makes sense because that would be a little OP. It'd be kind of nutty because if I put on all my mastery gear right now, I can get the 30% mastery or 31% mastery which is a 30% increased movement speed. If that were to be buffed to what they're doing, it would be like 45%. So that'd be kind of nuts. Now, what this does is this might open up a whole new stat priority for Havoc Demon Hunters, with Mastery leapfrogging, maybe even up above Versatility, which is currently our number 2. Now, the reason why I say this is because Momentum is getting a nerf, and it's not really getting a nerf per se. It's that the specs on its, or the talents on its tree are getting buffed, so it's bringing Momentum down. And I feel like it's just going to change the meta for Demon Hunters. Bloodlet is going to fall, and I think that if Mastery goes up, then Chaos Cleave is going to go up, because Chaos Cleave is just going to be a better Bloodlet in pretty much every single situation except for single target. Now, another class getting some love in 7.1.5 and in the PTR is BM Hunters. They're getting a lot of love. Now, one thing that I'm not liking that I'm seeing so far is pet pathing is still a problem with BM Hunters. You still have this issue right now. I don't know if any of you guys that play BM, if you've seen it, but Hottie, your second pet, he's not attacking when he's supposed to be. He's only attacking when you activate kill command or you manually tell them to attack. If you even have it on assist and you shoot, your main pet will go, but your Hottie will stick behind and stay by your side and just chill with you. And you're just like, all right, dude, I kind of want you to go bite that guy. But he won't. That's an issue going around. It's still in there. I've seen it reported all over the Hunter forums without a single blue post yet. Not even a green post from an MVP. Not that those really warrant anything, but I thought by now we would definitely see a blue post, as it's an issue that is live and an issue that is in the PTR as well. Another class that I'm seeing a lot of traffic from in general is mages. There's a lot of panic within the mage community. I'm seeing a lot of fire mages freaking out over the frost changes. And to me, I have to say this. If you guys didn't see this coming, I don't really know, man. I've been saying for a few months now that Frost is going to get buffed. Frost is usually always one of those specs that kind of slowly rolls into an expansion. That's just kind of how that rolls. As long as I've been playing, I've noticed that. But Frost has been getting buffed in every single balancing patch. If you look back, Frost has gone up. So it's getting another buff. Now, some people are saying it's a nerf, but upon testing it, the new brain freeze updates and stuff like that, Ebon Bolt is definitely getting a nerf. I will agree to that. No longer getting the 2 procs of Fingers of Frost. That hurts, but it just opens up a new way to build Frost mages. One with like the Lonely Winter and the Glacial Spikes. All that's going up. And I love where Frost mages are at right now. If you guys have paid attention, I know Noxic is not a source that is extremely accurate, and a lot of people will discredit its information, but Frost mages are pretty high up there. Now, I'm not saying that's the end-all be-all, but if you look at some of the charts even too, there are some Frost mages out there putting up some numbers. Now, a reason why there's not a ton of them everywhere is very simple. Fire was the absolute more popular spec, and with the way artifact weapons work, it's not really intuitive for you to run around and change different specs. It's better for you to pick a spec, try to max that spec out, unless it's pretty early, so you're not wasting too much time. Now, with AK and all that stuff, artifact knowledge going up, it's making it easier and easier to do alternate stuff, but sometimes it's better. It almost feels like in this expansion it was better to be lucky than anything, because if you were lucky and you picked like Frost EKs or something when Unholy fell off and Frost went up, then you're probably a pretty happy camper. Now, in the rogue news and the rogue stuff I'm seeing as well, a lot of people are predicting a return of Outlaw. Those of you guys that don't know, Outlaw dominated the beginning of this expansion. Outlaw was everywhere. The other 2 specs were just behind them. As the expansion has picked up, Assassination leapfrog past Outlaw, and even for a little bit there, Subtlety was seeing a little more play. Now, Outlaw, still a lot of people play Outlaw. It's still a very popular spec, but Assassination right now is the current #1 spec for rogues. It's the best we're seeing in the logs and all kinds of stuff. But there's a prediction for an Outlaw return. A couple of the Outlaw changes, they look pretty good. But the Assassination changes look really good too. The fact that now, no matter how many combo points you have, Rupture is going to do the same amount of damage means that with elaborate planning, you can do some pretty funky stuff. Keeping elaborate planning up for a lot of the fight, a lot more of the fight than you could right now. So I'm very curious to see what Assassination does with the 7.1.5 updates. So my last topic that I'm going to talk about, I have a lot more to talk about. I have to save some of this stuff for future videos, but is Shamans. Now, not really talking about Resto Shamans at all here, but we're going to talk about Elemental. Elemental getting a ton of love in 7.1.5. Now, ironically with that, a lot of people, they've been asking for it, and it's finally happening. Ellie's going to, it looks like it's definitely going to be playable. They're putting up some great numbers in the PTR. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of them. But the big thing that a lot of people are talking about, a lot of non-shamans are talking about, is the enhancement buff. They got a significant buff. A lot of people are talking in numbers and just percentages, looking at like a 12% increase to DPS. Now, that's kind of crazy. Like for enhancement that was already so strong to begin with, that they're getting about a 12% buff. So that's kind of nutty in itself. So for ending this video, I want to say thank you. Again, I want to be doing these just kind of, you know, just quoting stuff and seeing how things change. And let me know what you guys think. Anything you guys want me to talk about or discuss. If I didn't talk about your spec or class, I apologize, but it may be in a later video. So I want to end each of these videos with a suggestion. Something that I would like to see. So a big thing that a suggestion for the game. A big thing that I would like to see is an order hall catch-up mechanic for alts. Right now, it's really tough for you to level up your order hall as alts. Now, I'm not talking about lowering the order hall resource number, even though that would be nice. I'm thinking more of a time thing. Currently, I have a long time to go before I can wear a second legendary on a few of my alts, and I'd really like to have some of them have that second legendary slot. So I'm thinking maybe even half the time would be nice if you've already completed a full order hall resource. If you have resource, geez, what am I even talking about? If you have fully completed one order hall, I feel like it'd be really nice if they could give you like a catch-up mechanic for your order halls on your alts. I don't feel like that'd be asking too much. What do you guys think about that below? What would you guys like to see change? But other than that, that's going to be it for me. We have a few topics for the next video. We're going to talk about affliction locks. We're going to talk about ret paladins. We're going to talk about the Illidan quest that's getting a ton of drama. And a lot of things I'm seeing on the forums about transmogs with dresses. So we're going to talk about that, people complaining about that. There's always going to be people complaining, so there's always going to be something to talk about. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys have a freaking awesome day, and I will catch you guys at the next video. Oh, and before I go, I just want to thank everybody for all the support lately. The videos have been absolutely blowing up. If you guys have like shared them, put them on Twitter, anything like that, I appreciate every single one of you. The sub count has been going up. Again, it's not a lot, but that's not what matters. I want to thank you guys a ton for the continued support. It really means a lot to me. I do this for fun. I have a really good time doing this. So again, if you guys have anything you want to talk to me about, anything that you want discussed on these videos, feel free to comment them down below. I appreciate the positive comments. I know there's been a lot of like hate on some of the videos, and you know that just comes with the territory on the internet. I'm just learning to accept that. But I want to thank you guys again. So just wanted to leave with that tidbit. It was something I wanted to say, and I totally forgot to say it. So I will catch you guys at the next video.